Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Tombstone Tourist. This week, I'm going to continue my visit along the third floor of the Cross Mausoleum here at Woodlawn Memorial Park in Nashville, Tennessee. Walking down the West Hall from the spiral staircase, in one of the first rooms on the right, I find the crypt of the man who, alongside Burt Reynolds and Jackie Gleason, starred in the classic movie Smokey the Bandit. Here is the final resting place of Jerry Reed. Jerry Reed Hubbard was born in Atlanta, Georgia on March 20th, 1937. When Jerry was only 4 months old, his parents divorced, and he and his sister spent almost 7 years in foster homes and orphanages. By 1944, his mother had remarried, and Jerry was again reunited with his mother and stepfather. By the time Jerry had graduated from high school, he had learned to play the guitar and was writing songs. Upon graduation from high school, Jerry was signed by record producer Bill Lowry and cut his first record entitled "If the Good Lord's Willin' and the Creeks Don't Rise." Jerry later signed with Capitol Records, where he wrote and recorded Crazy Legs in 1958. After serving in the United States Army, Jerry moved to Nashville, where he became a popular session musician and touring guitarist. During the 1960s, Jerry played on several recording sessions for Elvis Presley and was featured on his recording Guitar Man. By the 1970s, Jerry was not only a popular country artist, but also a popular crossover artist with his hit, Amos Moses. Jerry enjoyed his greatest musical success during the 1970s, with hits like Ruby Don't Take Your Love to Town and When You're Hot, You're Hot, which earned him a Grammy Award for Best Country Male Vocalist. Also during the 1970s, Jerry launched his acting career, appearing in movies with his best friend Burt Reynolds, movies like WW and the Dixie Dance Kings and Gator. But his biggest role came in 1977, when he was cast as Cledus Snow, the Snowman, alongside Reynolds in the popular movie Smokey the Bandit, which also starred Jackie Gleason. Smokey the Bandit also produced another hit song for Jerry called Eastbound and Down. There were two other Smokey the Bandit sequels, the first in 1980 and the second in 1983. Jerry and Burt starred in both of them. Jerry Reed was a lifelong smoker, and on September 1st, 2008, he passed away at the age of 71 in Nashville, Tennessee, from the complications of emphysema. He is resting here with his wife Priscilla, who he married on July the 9th, 1959. From the crypt of Jerry Reed, I moved just a couple of rooms further down the hall. Here, we find the final resting place of mother and daughter duo Liz and Lynn Anderson. Liz Anderson was born Elizabeth Jane Habby on January 13, 1927. At the age of 13, she moved with her family to Grand Forks, North Dakota, and 3 years later, when she was only 16 years old, she married a man named Casey Anderson. And on September 26, 1947, the couple had their only child, named Lynn. In the 1950s, the family moved to California, where in 1957, Liz launched her career as a singer and songwriter. In California, she met Merle Haggard and penned several songs for him, including Just Between the Two of Us and I'm a Lonesome Stranger. Liz eventually found her way to Nashville, where she wrote songs for such stars as Loretta Lynn, Charlie Pride, Tammy Wynette, George Jones, Waylon Jennings, and her daughter Lynn, just to name a few. In 1971, Liz moved to Epic Records, where she recorded several singles that were produced by her son-in-law, Glenn Sutton. One of those singles, I'll Never Fall in Love Again, found its way into the Billboard country charts, topping out at number 60. For the next few years, Cledus took a break from recording, but continued to write songs for a number of country music stars, including Lori Morgan, whose first chart hit, Tell Me I'm Only Dreamin', was written by Liz. Resting next to Liz is her daughter Lynn. As I said earlier, Lynn was born in Grand Forks, North Dakota on September 26, 1947. In 1966, Lynn was heard singing at a private function with her mother. That resulted in her being signed to a recording contract with Chart Records. In 1967, Lynn had her first top 10 single, If I Kiss You, Will You Go Away? Soon after If I Kiss You, Will You Go Away, Lynn appeared with her mother on the Lawrence Welk's Mother's Day special, which resulted in Lynn signing a recording contract with Columbia Records. It was with Columbia that Lynn recorded what would become her signature song, I Never Promised You a Rose Garden, which would become a major hit of both the country and pop charts. In addition to her music career, Lynn was also a horse lover, and she was an accomplished barrel racer. Over the course of her life, Lynn won 16 national barrel racing championships and 8 world championships. Fans who come here to pay their respects will find a small memorial consisting of a couple of photos and some mementos, along with a memorial guest book that they can sign. Lynn Anderson passed away at the age of 67 on July the 30th, 2015. She is resting next to her mother Liz, who passed away at the age of 84 on October the 31st, 2011. I didn't realize that singer-songwriter Van Stevenson was resting in a crib directly across from that of Lynn and Liz Anderson. As a solo artist in the 1980s, Van had 3 Billboard Top 100 songs, and later went on to become a member of the country music band Black Hawk. During his career, he also wrote a number of songs for artists like Dan Seals, John Anderson, and Restless Heart. Van Stevenson passed away at the age of 47 on April the 8th, 2001 from the complications of melanoma. This brings me to the end of this video. I do appreciate you watching, and if you haven't already, I hope you'll consider subscribing. And if you're so inclined, a thumbs up is always appreciated. Now, until next week, please remember, life is a wonderful journey. Be sure to take time and enjoy it. And I'll see you down the road. So long, everybody.